Like a lot of mental illnesses, eating disorders are taboo. Experts say we don't talk about them nearly enough. That's why we are tonight. Maria Catanzarite joins us in the studio, and you spoke to a young woman who's in recovery. Why is she coming forward?
Megan just wants to raise awareness and help people understand that eating disorders, these are real medical problems because they can affect you for a very long time. And that's why she also hopes her story inspires somebody to get help right away. For many competitive runners, coming in second stings.
I really wanted to be number one.
So Megan O'Malley went to work the summer before sophomore year of high school.
More miles, more strength training. I also started watching my diet.
The results? Fine at first.
I felt good physically and I was running better.
On pace to be the best runner on the Riley girls cross country team, but 2 meets in, her season sputtered. The fight for the finish line became a fight for her life.
I wasn't able to compete because I was in the hospital.
Being treated for anorexia nervosa, an eating disorder.
I meant to get healthier, but I never meant for it to get to that level.
Nobody would choose to have an eating disorder. It's a very difficult illness to live with.
Dr. Michelle Mania is a clinical psychologist in South Bend. She treats people with eating disorder concerns.
An eating disorder really is any time that somebody has an emotional relationship with food that causes them trouble. And so it might involve undereating or overeating, it might involve over-exercising, or other ways of trying to control weight or manage body image.
30 million Americans have a clinically significant eating disorder at some point in their lives, yet
it's something we don't talk much about. There continues to be a lot of stigma, a lot of misinformation about eating disorders.
Then let's get it straight.
Everyone is susceptible to an eating disorder.
More common in certain sports.
Sports that have an individual nature or tend to, judging tends to be done based on appearance.
But looks aren't everything.
The other one that I hear a lot about is that you can look at someone and know if they have an eating disorder or not. You really can't.
But say someone has an eating disorder, can't that person just eat differently and be fine?
And that is so not true when it comes to eating disorders. There's so much emotion wrapped up in an eating disorder, and that a person can't just decide to be done with it.
Megan O'Malley would know. In 8 years, she went to at least 8 treatment centers. That meant giving up on dreams of running in college and graduating on time. But the runner in her will tell you, life's a marathon, not a sprint.
Well, I finally, after almost 8 years, graduated from nursing school.
Putting that degree to good use.
I'm loving the fact that I get to wear scrubs every day.
She's now a nurse.
Yeah.
Plus, she has her own space.
I feel like a grown-up in my own apartment, you know?
Though she didn't get there on her own.
I'm very grateful for the support and help that I've received from, my parents, because I'd probably be dead without them. I know I would be. I never wanted to go into treatment, and they forced me in it, but I am very, very grateful.
For the support from her therapist and friends.
Just everyone who's helped me.
Make strides toward recovery.
Recovery is possible if you're willing to work at it and if you want it. I've seen it. I have a lot of friends that I've met in treatment who are now recovered, fully recovered.
As for herself,
right now I think I am taking the first step towards recovery. I've never wanted it, and I think it's awesome and scary at the same time, but maybe one day I'll get there.
I relate to what Megan just said, that fear of recovery. Because for 10 years, I battled eating disorders on and off. And like Megan, I relapsed several times. And like Megan, I started out with the same intentions. I wanted to be a faster runner, but then I took things too far. But I've also been on the other side of the spectrum because for most of those 10 years, I was a binge eater. I was really ashamed because I used food as a drug. It was my friend for any occasion, the good, the bad, the boring. But that friend was just a foe in disguise. Some of you know what I mean, because I know I'm not the only one who has struggled with eating disorders, especially binge eating. But last fall, I just got so tired of putting off recovery, and so I stopped binging. And if I can stop, so can you. I'm going to tell you, it's not going to be easy. Every day is a battle in the mind to not go back and to keep moving forward. And I have to say, I had a lot of help. I had a lot of help, so much help. But it is so worth getting your life back because you are worth it and you are good enough.
Wow. And kudos to you for sharing your story. And,
Thanks.
And congratulations to Megan for
Yes.
working on it. And it's just proof this can happen to
Yeah.
anyone. I
You
mean,
know?
and your sharing, I'm sure, is going to help a lot, and Megan's sharing too.
That's the goal. As long as I can just help one person out there, whether it's one person just understand that kind of thing. And if you want to get help, if you have an eating disorder or if you know somebody who does, you can contact the National Eating Disorder Association's helpline, and that phone number right there is 1-800-931-2237. The hours vary Monday through Friday, or if you're in a crisis, you can text NEDA to 741-741, or for more information, you can visit their website, which we also will have a link to on our website and on our WNDU mobile app. Just look for the story.
Thanks for sharing.
Absolutely. Thank you for always being there for me.
We're each other's buds. We'll be right back.